Alright guys, welcome back to Robert's Race Cars by Triple B. We're back in the shop. We have a huge mess, but we're going to get it cleaned up here soon. I got the car on the ground. We're about to show how to properly use a load stick and spring smasher. So we got the car on the ground. All the ride heights are set 100% by the book. So we're going to check our center to center on our front. We're going to do our load stick first on across the front of the car. So we're going to get our measurement from center a bolt on the shock mount on both sides, and we're going to write that down in our notebook. All right, so we're here at the right front. Got everything we need down here. We got 2 3/4 inch wrenches, our load stick, tape measure, and our, 1.1" for our jacking bolt lock nut. So I'm gonna go to the right front here, our shock mount. What we're gonna do is we're gonna hit the center of the bottom to the center of the top. 1 second here. Stand by. That was a technical difficulty here. All right. Center of the bottom to center of the top. We're at 17.25 inches. So we'll write that measurement down. So our right front, 17.25 inches, center of the shock at ride height. So if we're ever at the racetrack, break this load stick out, make it 17.25 inches from center of heim, and no matter what we've done to the car, no matter what spring is in it, you get it at that measurement, put it on here, set the number where you need it, you're gonna be good to go. So let me go ahead and get this load stick on here. All right, when you get your load stick on here, you always wanna make sure everything's tight. So we tightened up our lower shock mount, and you see how it's short, so it won't just slide in there easy. So what we do is we're going to adjust it, lengthen it until our bolt slides in there at ease with no tension whatsoever. So get that going for us. Slide right up in there. So no tension whatsoever. We'll get that tightened up. Help showed up.
A little bit late.
Hey, as long as you make it, that's all that matters. So when you get this load stick on here, you got to make sure everything's tight. Lower shock mount, bolt tight. Upper shock mount, bolt tight. All the jam nuts tight. If you got any kind of play, you get a false reading. So everything's tight. It's good to go. It's free. It should read 0. 2,000 pound limit. Yep, 0. All right. So all you gotta do is jack it up. The jack underneath the frame right here. Jack it up till the tire comes off the ground, which shouldn't take very much because it's rigid. All right. We're at 668 pounds. We need to be at 600. So we gotta take some rounds out of it. I say some rounds, it probably won't take much. So all you gotta do, start backing it out. Take 1 round out just to see. 630. So we're gonna take it out until it reads 600.
598. 600. 601.
That's close enough for my house.
We're at your house.
Exactly. Oh, oh. Now I'm getting too technical.
Where you mess up. Look at that.
Look at that. Don't even look at it.
Breathed on it, it changed.
Run that locking nut down. Here, helper. And lock it down. That's it. Let it down, take your bolts out, take your load stick off, bolt your shock on. Nothing to it. Bolt that shock on and move to the other side. All right, we're here to the left front. Got it on there. Got it zeroed out. It's free. Go ahead and jack her up. All right. That's good. So we need 680 pounds. We're at 702. So we'll back off of this one a little bit. Get it down to 680. Super close. A little bit more. $680.5, a half a pound. So we're gonna go ahead and lock that one down too. And that's it. How to properly use a load stick. Very, very simple. Especially when Shaw gives you numbers to go by. 600 right front, 680 left front. No matter what spring combination you have, or if you want to change it at the track, you always go back to that generic number, and you will always be statically the same. So, you want to let this one back down, bolt the shocks in the front. That's it.
And that's the good thing about a load stick too. You can't really scale it at the track, but you can definitely use one of those.
Dang right. All right, we're in the trailer where the spring smasher is. This is it. It's not the most fancy one, but it gets the job done. So we got our left rear eliminator, our right rear coilover, and we got our measurements already. So we're gonna get them mounted up on here and get them smashed down to the measurements and see where we're reading. All right, we're gonna turn it on. Let it come up. Count down and zero out itself. What I like to do is, that switch right there runs it up and down. What I like to do is get the bottom and run it up or down to where the bolt just slides through, so we don't really have much tension. Just like that. So we're reading 1 pound. I mean, that's not nothing. Get that on there. Sorry for having fingers all up in the way. I'm doing this by myself, so I'm the cameraman and the smasher guy. So our left rear measurement was 25 inches. So we're gonna go ahead and run it up to 25 inches. Oh, I say run it up. I had a bunch of rounds out of it, so let's bring it down to 25. At that 25 right there. So I took a bunch of rounds out of it, you know, to play with the car. So look at that. Can't even get that out of there. All right, so we're at our 25 inches. See our gap? We don't need that. We need droop load. Droop load is how much pressure the spring has on it when the car is at full droop. So we're gonna bring it on down. We need 200 pounds. Shaw says run 220 for your starting point. Gets a little hard. The tool, Ware's tool comes in handy. But I like 200. So we're gonna turn this thing down to 200 pounds. You can see as I turn it here, the number just keeps climbing. So we're at our 25 inches. We get her down to 200. If I can do it in a hurry. All right, getting close now. Woo, 200. Now, the one thing is, this pin right here goes through and locks us down, but it only goes through on this flat edge. So we're either gonna, so we're at 199. Let's bring it to our flat edge there. See where we're at. 204. I can live with 4 pounds. I don't care if you're Tony Stewart, Jeff Gordon, Kyle Larson. If you can feel 4 pounds, you a liar. That's just my thinking on it. So we got our pin on there. Got our pin and got her locked down. We are at our 25 inches from our center to center at full droop. We are at 203 pounds of droop load. That's all she takes. So it's ready to bolt on there. So let's get this one off, get the right rear coilover on, and see where we're at with that one. All right, we did the same thing. Got our bottom in there. We ran it up till this slid in with no force. It's right easy, so we're gonna run it up to our measurement. Our right rear measurement is 19.5 inches. So you can see, now we're getting some load on it. I'm gonna run her to 19.5 inches. I'm gonna say that's 19.5. So what we need here is 380 pounds of load at rod height. Our 19.5 inches was our at rod height number. As you can see, 553. That is way too much. So I'm gonna back off our adjuster here. Get her loosened up. I'm gonna start taking some rounds out of it. But first we gotta get the tension off of it. We'll run it back down. All right, so we're loose. Now we're gonna take some rounds out of it. Just like it's on the car. All right, we took 5 rounds out of it. We're gonna see what that does. So we're gonna run it back up to our 19.5 inches. .5 inches. 396 pounds. We are very close. So I'm just gonna fine tune it a little bit, get to that 380, or as close to 380 as we can get. Let's take 1 round out of it and see what it does. Get our tension back off of here. All right, 1 round. All right, that's our 1 round. Come back up to our measurement. .5. We're at 374. All right, I'm gonna be a little bit of a stickler here. Even though I said that, 5 pounds ain't gonna make a difference. 4 pounds on the last one. I'm just gonna do a half a round and see what that does. Actually, going a quarter round. We're 19.5 inches. All right, we're at our 19.5. We are at 384 pounds. We were 4 up on the left rear. We'll go 4 up on the right rear. Let her ride. So we got our little locker adjuster there to where it won't back off or anything. We're gonna lock it down, see if we can get in there. Make sure to always fill those up with anti-seize. Ain't nothing worse than having one you can't get loose. So we're at 19 and a half. That's where we're supposed to be at on a ride height. 384 pounds. They say 380, so we're gonna take it off of here and go bolt it on the car, and we're gonna be ready to hit the track. So we got the front shocks on there. Bolted them right up. Bolted right up. Got the back done, bolted on. I think it's gonna go. What about you?
We're gonna try it.
So, all we got left is the nose and hood and clean up this massive mess that I made in the shop.
And whoever keeps doing this rain dance, stop.
Yeah.
We're good.
I think Hattiesburg's rained out like 6 weeks in a row.
Yep.
Ain't nobody really raced at all except for maybe Why Not once.
Yeah.
But
everybody else been rained out every week. Like, subscribe, comment, all that. We only need a few more for 1,000.
I'm getting close. We'll do a giveaway when we get to 1,000. And we'll make a video out of it. But we gotta get there first.
Gotta get there.